Hello, welcome back to Wise Advice. This is session 2, and this week is all about practice testing. Now in these videos, I'm going to give you loads of tips about how to revise. I'm going to talk you through some of the brain processes you go through when you're making your learning stick. But if I was only allowed to give you one tip all about revision, it would be do practice testing. Practice testing is the most effective way for you to take some of your learning and to make it stick. Now, this video we're going to be looking about what it is, and we're looking at some ways in which you can do it, because there's a whole spectrum of ways in which you can utilize practice testing to make that learning stick. So what is practice testing and how do you do it? Practice testing is simply testing yourself to see if you remember something. That sounds simple, right? Think of this setup like your brain. The desk on the left is your working memory. The files on the right are your long-term memory. Effective revision is simply moving information to your long-term memory and then increasing your ability to go into that long-term memory to access the information and then bring it to your working memory so that you can work on it. Or imagine your brain is like a forest. Your working memory is in the center of the forest, and your long-term memory is located around the outside. When you need to answer an exam question or you need to bring knowledge to mind, your brain has to make a route through the forest to get to the long-term memory and then bring that information back again so it can use it. And obviously around your brain different information is stored, to continue the analogy. Now, the more you use these routes, the more used to it your brain would get. It would get used to going and retrieving that knowledge and then bringing it back so it's able to use it. This is effectively what you're doing when you revise through practice testing. You're testing your brain to see, can it find that information and bring it back and then use it. And the more and more and more that you utilize practice testing, the more you do it, the stronger your brain gets at that. The more effective your brain gets at going back into your memory, finding what you've learned in class, what you've learned in your homework, what you've learned in your reading, and then bringing that forward so that you can use that to answer a question. There's a whole spectrum of different ways to utilize practice testing, from asking yourself a question in your head and then answering it, to using effective flashcards for revision, right through to doing a practice paper, timing yourself, and then marking it. These are all ways of utilizing that immense, powerful revision skill, practice testing, to make sure that what you're learning is really sticking and you're growing your brain's ability to find that information from the long-term memory, bring it back to the working memory, and then put those great answers down on paper and smash that exam. Our next video is all about how to make and utilize effective revision flashcards. Check it out.